Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome into another episode of the Commanders Rebuild. In our first episode, we saw a pretty tough Week 1 loss to the Arizona Cardinals, losing by a final score of 19-13. Overall, last game, going position group by position group, Sam Howell did okay. He didn't throw any horrendous passes. He did have 2 interceptions, but you can chalk both of those up to the user failing to read the defense, aka me. Brian Robinson had a great game. Antonio Gibson did all right. Receivers weren't really able to get much going because of the lack of passing. The offensive line was horrendous. We allowed 7 sacks, I think it was. We knew this was going to be an issue coming in, though, and we're hoping we can mitigate it and keep Sam Howell healthy. The defense, for the most part, did its job, too. We did have a few injuries last game. No one is injured long-term, thankfully. Speaking of injuries, I did turn the injury slider down. I believe it was at 25 before, and I think I turned it down to 15. But anyways, we're going to dive into this Week 2 game against the Denver Broncos momentarily. But first, I kind of zipped through everything when it came to like scouting college players and whatnot. But we are going to take a look at some of these college players. So if we look at these prospects, we have a board here just like in previous Maddens. And basically, there's physical ratings and they're based on the rookie's performance. They range from anywhere from elite to poor. It's also based on an A to F scale, just like in school. As we can see, Nick Barrington is currently the #1 overall prospect wide receiver. He has an A for deep route running. If we look at his physical skills, he has great to elite acceleration, solid to good agility, solid to good change of direction, great to elite jumping, great to elite speed, good to great strength. So I don't think receiver is really all that close to our first need, but that's just to kind of show what things are looking like and what we're going to be looking for in terms of traits. #2 overall prospect is Quentin Nelson. Not sure if he'd be a scheme fit. Chase Young will be a free agent after this year, and I believe Montez Sweat will be too, so that's something to keep in mind. As you can see, over the player notes category, he's a physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits. He's a savvy defender with the ball in the air, has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball out from runners, shows good discipline, and won't get flagged much. Loves to utilize a spin as a counter move, has a swift arm over move or a swim move in his arsenal, and will utilize power and leverage to bowl through pass protectors. You can see his pursuit and his tackle are both at B. If you look at his ratings for his attributes, looks like he's pretty fast. And he looks like a solid athlete. Not as good of an athlete as the other guy, but although, one more thing I want to check out. What's he got for skills? Oh, okay. B tackling, B pursuit. It's probably not something we're going to do quite yet. Clayton McPherson. Beautiful spiral on all of his passes. Could use some improvement at recognizing pressure. Does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Plays well within and outside the pocket. He has a 3/4 fast and smooth throwing motion. And as you can see, he has B medium accuracy. A break sack. Of course, he's only 25% scouted. We'll take a look at Daryl Flemings too. Yeah, so not a whole lot we can do yet in terms of scouting. Quarterback is very intriguing, and of course, we don't know if Sam Howell is in. But anyways, we are going to jump into this game against the Broncos momentarily, but first I want to go through their roster and see who we are up against. Alright, at quarterback, they obviously have Russell Wilson, down season last year, only a 78 overall. I feel like that might be kind of low, but that's neither here nor there. He does still have 85 speed, so we gotta make sure he doesn't break off any big runs. Javonte Williams is their starting running back, and Samaje Perine will probably get some carries in there. They also have Michael Burton. Wide receivers, they have Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick. They also have Marvin Mims Jr. and Montrell Washington. Tight end, they have Greg DeLuch. Is that how you pronounce it? I have no fucking idea. Adam Trotman. The offensive line, they have Garrett Bowles, who had a very good season last year. Ben Powers, Lloyd Cushenberry, Quinn Miners, and they signed Mike McGlinchey to a pretty hefty deal. On the defense, they have Chris Wormley, Zach Allen, DJ Jones, Randy Gregory, Josie Jewell, and Alex Singleton. Frank Clark. Did they actually sign Frank Clark in real life? I can't remember. But in the secondary, they have Pat Surtain, 95 overall. We gotta stay away from him. They also have Byron Jones, Damari Mathis, Riley Moss. Justin Simmons, of course, is one of the better safeties in football. And they also have Kareem Jackson, special teams. They got Brett Maher and Riley Dixon. So certainly not a bad team, probably a better team than us on paper, but games, of course, are not won on paper. So we'll go to our weekly strategy here. Now, Russell Wilson has been really good on the deep ball in his career. And Jarrett Stidham's the top threat for containing the QB scramble. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to defend the medium pass. I don't think... We didn't get beat over the top too much against the Cardinals. I'm going to go with medium pass. Now, I think our game plan, we got to stay away from pass again. I think, you know what, we're doing blitz counter. We're not even doing blitz counter because I see Randy Gregory or Frank Clark as that big of threats, but our offensive line was so bad last game that I need to take the extra attribute points. Now, I didn't do mini games last game. But I'm going to try a couple right now. We got one with Emmanuel Forbes, Chartavius Martin. I might change that just because he's not a starter. Ricky Stromberg. You know what? I'm going to do Ricky Stromberg's first. No drills available. Huh? Wait, does that just mean that there's no offensive line mini games, is there? I think I'm gonna just skip those. I do want Ricky Stromberg to get more reps, but eventually I will dive a little deeper in depth. Let's see, do we have any injuries? An ACL sprain for Terry McLaurin. It's not tear, at least. But that could be a huge loss. Where we're looking like defensively. Alright, no injuries on defense, but now
this is the development trait. This player has a zone ability.
ACL sprain. He's only out for 1 week, but he is in fact out for this week. That is not good. All right, let's get this over with.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are.
Right.
We are off
And
running
kickoff
on EA
for week
Sports.
2.
And
We'll
the
go through the end zone
in
for a
full effect
touchback.
as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've
His uniforms are pretty ugly.
man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning...
Right, Brian Robinson had a pretty big game last week. 18 carries for 119 yards. We're going to pound the rock with him to start off, and he's got some room on the edge, and he's got the first down before being brought down by Justin Simmons, gain of 12.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Back to Robinson.
Back-to-back runs for Brian Robinson, and another pretty decent one there.
Good for 7
As you can see, 18 carries for 119 yards
Checking out
last
the
week.
numbers last week.
Starts off with 2 pretty good runs right away.
119 yards.
But they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Back to throw, Howell.
And the drag is complete to Jahan Dotson. He makes one-man miss before running out of bounds. Catch and run of 17 yards. Another first down.
Commander's first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some
Okay,
space.
Antonio Gibson in the backfield now. He's going to get his first carry, and he's got space up the middle.
After the catch,
And he's injured.
yardage.
Even though he's pointing and celebrating a first down, he's injured. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
When we come back to Denver.
Anyways, at least we're having a good drive. We're gonna run the ball again. Keep it simple, stupid.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
We got 6 yards out of that, or 5 yards out of that, but that was a pretty bad run, because I could have gone either way.
Nicely bit off.
Bruised ribs. We're gonna keep him in the game, but we're gonna limit how much we use Antonio Gibson going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Howell. Being chased out left. And he just
Had to throw the ball away there.
out of everyone's
No one was open. Where was the spot route?
sack in this part of the field. It brings up the
I don't mean to pause so much, but yeah, Diami Brad's supposed to run a spot route, and he just, well, that's way deeper than it's supposed to be. That's supposed to be towards the middle of the field.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell.
And that pass is complete. Curtis Samuel with his first grab, and he's got a first down, and we are at 1st and goal.
Down and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
They'll run with
Robinson.
and nothing
Nowhere to go.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Here's Hal to throw on second down.
Samuel on the slant, wide open, touchdown.
Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season.
A strong opening drive.
Jump on top with a
Love to see that. However, last week we had a strong opening drive and then we struggled the rest of the game. We're going to try to avoid letting that happen.
But he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the play.
Joey Sly's extra point attempt is up and good. We are up 7-0.
Also understands his team better.
Now the
Start off on the run. Javonte Williams. It is swallowed up right away
at the line of scrimmage
by Harris.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. When you look at this defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies. After 1 week,
Swing pass out to Javonte Williams.
Yep.
And he gets about a yard. Good play.
And 3rd and 8 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game. So
Russell Wilson on the run. He's going to scramble, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. And he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker. And this early drive will continue.
Another give to Williams, and he'll pick up.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 21 carries, 91 yards.
And we all know I want him to keep touching the football.
Now Wilson on second down. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. He'll be out of bounds up near the 45.
Good coverage, but not good enough. 3rd and 1.
Gain of 5, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a seventh.
Someone's supposed to be in the flat there.
Pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he...
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Versus, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Williams.
Another run, this time on 2nd and long. They get about a yard, but sets up a 3rd and long.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball.
And an attempted screen, but it falls incomplete.
Now
4th down.
Misses the target, incomplete.
They're going for a
twice
field
on
goal?
3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try and...
This is a 66-yard attempt.
This will be called officially...
Not even fucking close.
6-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will stay at a 7.
We'll take it, I guess.
I guess I got to hand it to him. That was... that was ambitious.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Now Washington going to retake the field.
All right, we're going to give the ball to Antonio Gibson first time
This a
getting the ball
two-score
since he
advantage
injured
and a
his
touchdown
ribs.
on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it,
And he just fucking bench pressed a defender.
in our meeting room and run through
5-yard run.
this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And Howe will throw it.
Nice catch by Curtis Samuel. And a good throw by Sam Howell, too. Not that good of a route. He got stuck.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown
Got the coverage that we wanted.
comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up.
Curtis Samuel stepping it up
Just
in the early going
laser
here.
focus and confidence about
We're in the red zone once again,
We're
first and 10
talking
from
to
the
him and
15.
coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through
Ryan
2 minute
Robinson
drill, they went through all the
falls
different situations.
forward for a
Hardly
few.
hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in. You're now doing the dictating on defense.
I think I like the way this looks, so we are going to snap it before the quarter ends. And we were ready to take that risk because it's a Brian Robinson touchdown.
Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now
14-0 at the end of the first quarter.
score. This
We
is
have
the
already
NFL
scored more
on
points
EA
than we did
Sports.
all last game.
Washington with a football.
Transmitted to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering how are we going to move the football.
That's why you don't leave me in coverage.
Down the right side and out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings
Eventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
now Wilson. And he's going to be sacked.
And we get a sack.
Back right at the midfield stripe.
Montez Sweat.
For their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the goal is to get back into
I was in the wrong coverage, too. I wanted to go at a nickel,
in the wrong direction.
and I made a mistake,
Where one team needs big splash
or
plays,
so I thought.
but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. From the midfield.
And that's a little tight end screen.
Dulcich.
It's completed,
He's going to be stopped here at the 43.
but well short of the first down marker. 4th and 8 from the 43. They went for a 66-yard field goal,
And that'll bring up.
and they're gonna fucking do it again.
About this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out.
This is 60 yards.
Bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard.
And that was almost good. It went off the post.
And it comes back.
Had enough leg.
And
This one wide left instead of wide right.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
So here is Washington now to take over.
All right, we're going to give Antonio Gibson another
But they're
carry
on
here.
top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to
Picks up a few.
first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down. Hal back to pass. Hit as he throws there.
And that pass was broken up. Ended from Ryan Robinson. They brought the nickel blitz.
I gotta tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And that was a bad sack.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. That's a step in the right direction.
We are not going to go from a field goal.
Facing this sizable deficit, they're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one and hope.
Calling for the fair catch, and it bounces inside the 10 and barely rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
Set to go on offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal...
And that's out to the flat, complete to Javonte Williams.
But you need to keep his...
Mike McGlinchey
How many times have we
is
seen
injured, even though
comes down to the stretch, and guess what?
he was just standing there on the field, but now he's walking
Kick for your
very
team to
gingerly
move
off.
on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Now Wilson.
And Russell Wilson with nowhere to go, and he is brought down for the sack. Deron Payne bringing the pain again.
That's a pretty darn good.
And it's going to be 3rd and long.
Opener adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason.
They're going in a dime set this time.
And it's paying off.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Wilson looking to run. And he's got the first down.
And he'll be
Bad tackle attempt there by Jamin
first
Davis.
down yardage. 23 yards offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Williams going to get it again.
Another give to Williams. And he bounces off
He'll get it down here to the 40.
one tackler, but ends up picking up
Gain
the
of
first down.
5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They run it again with Williams. And he
Nice TFL there by Jonathan Allen. Actually, it's not TFL. Yeah. It's 2 yards.
Out there by the defense, route to a ball sometimes, stack things up and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And his throw.
Nice PBU there.
And as a first rounder, a lot of eyes on him.
Manuel Forbes.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. In the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you.
Might play more of a spiral on Russ here.
Class from a season ago. Really, it grades out.
And he checks it down to Jerry Judy. It's complete. And it's 4th down again. Are they going to go for another long field goal?
College scouts all came together. They
Wait, when did Montez Sweat get injured?
and got a nice payoff.
He's staying in the game.
Shot down the field, but it's
And they're going for it.
drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here we go with Williams.
And they try running the ball with Javonte Williams, and Jonathan Allen says, no, I don't want that.
Will have it on the turnover on downs.
25 left in the first half here.
Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting.
Robinson falls forward for a few.
Sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
And he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Second down, Howell now. Steps away to his left.
Sam Howell's going to take off,
And he'll be out of bounds.
and he'll run out of bounds
40.
after a gain of 6, and someone else injured.
Washington has an injury.
And it's Ricky Stromberg again.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
He got injured last game, injured again this game.
For the Broncos here on third down. Howell down to throw it.
Pass complete. Diami Brown.
And he's going to
Past midfield.
first down as they're able to get the
Another first down.
conversion.
Broken finger.
Definitely going right for
He's not coming back.
pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. He's got Gibson on the out route. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
Curtis Samuel unable to hold on to that pass.
And now it brings up third down. When you run them up now, 3rd and 5.
I gotta take a timeout.
Pass. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Means they'll need to
We're in 4-down territory.
on third down. On third down.
And it was a pull up the middle there. A nice
6.
tackle
He only got halfway there.
by Jones there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of...
Yeah, no, we're going for
That
it.
didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. 4th down. Howell. That's to his running.
And it's first down on a check down to Brian Robinson.
Down. They didn't get a lot, but they do drive. Going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Howell.
Go to Logan Thomas there. It looks like he got the first. He did. He gets out of bounds.
Shy of the red zone before going out. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On first down, Howell.
Right back to him.
Yet again.
Out of bounds again.
And he'll go out of bounds.
Not enough for the first, but we'll take it.
The 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make
Curtis Samuel uncovered, but he can't hold on.
with it afterwards.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Howell looking to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, the other day they told us
We got to just take the field goal.
we have to be able to convert, and I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like some matchups that they have.
Well, that does make it a 3-possession game.
Unable to do so on that play.
Still a little bit of time there, and it's second and 11.
And that's going to do it for the first half.
What's been a
17-0.
fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sport. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
I think we're still going to run the ball inside. Keep the clock moving. Defensive focus. Yeah, we're still going to defend the medium pass.
And we welcome thing together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained.
And Williams with the carry, and he's got a ton of space. Down to the 40, good for 15 in the first.
Big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll manage to...
Williams picks up 4.
It's second down.
Now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Russell Wilson is brought down again. Chase Young brings him down for the sack. That may have been a coverage sack there.
With 3 scores down.
Robinson with a cutback lane.
And they're able to bring him down at the...
And a first down.
54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Now a nice play defensively on first.
Nothing there.
Knocked away.
No one could get open.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front.
I'm going to try something a little
The
cute.
pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Second down and a run.
And Brian Robinson somehow runs past everyone. Doesn't get the first down, but he's close.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Dancing to his left.
Got to throw the ball away.
He'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Once he escaped the pocket there,
No one was open.
downfield, but nothing.
Now we got to kick it away.
So it makes a smart
Right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball.
Little RPO.
In addition, they need to
Pass is completed.
so they
There's
can
a
get
flag
2
on the play.
possessions.
Roughing the passer. On Jamin Davis.
Okay. Flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
And another quick pass to Jerry Jeudy. He's unable to hold on.
Fair to say, hasn't been as
Emmanuel Forbes knocks it away.
so not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He'll let this go.
Play fake. Going deep down the right side, and Cortland Sutton makes the catch.
39 yards there, a big one. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this.
He beat Kendall Fuller.
Certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off.
Wilson now off the
Little
boot.
play action. Russell Wilson over the middle, and it's complete to Jerry Jeudy. Not enough for the touchdown, but enough for the first down. It's 1st and goal for the 2.
Ball down the field. They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Williams.
Give to Williams, but Jonathan Allen says no, no, no.
That's
2nd down.
Loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And that's a little read option.
He's maybe going to get this back to the
no gain.
That's about all. Call it no gain.
He was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And that pass is completed to the flat, to the tight end, but
just 2 yards.
not enough for the touchdown.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
A 19-yard attempt.
They kick the chip shot field goal to get on the board.
At least here it's now
17-3.
Lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Hal to the air on 1st and 10.
Oh no!
Robinson, and it's intercepted
I thought he was running an angle.
by Kareem Jackson. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year
In the job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And another sack. Our defensive line has been eating Russell Wilson alive.
Safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense.
Give to Williams, and it goes nowhere. 3rd and 1.
Nothing doing here is this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. To throw is Wilson.
And that's another little tight end screen. The tight end's got room to run, and he's awfully close to the first down.
That's not quite enough.
It's 4th and 1. They're going to go
just
for
change
it.
the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They're going on 4th down.
And that's a
It's Wilson.
play-action pass, and a pass to the end zone, and it's broken
He
up.
batted down and will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4.
Incomplete.
Commanders
We take over at the 13-yard line. The turnover ends up being
now made 2
inconsequential.
trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because
And Brian Robinson bounces this one to the outside.
thinking we're giving up.
Picks up the first and some change.
In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done. It's easy to celebrate every good run by Robinson because stories don't get much better than his last year. Shot during an attempted robbery just 13 days before the regular season. He made it back by week 5 and played
Robinson again, following his big man for another first down.
leading the command.
Robinson 8 yards away from his 2nd straight 100-yard game on the ground.
Terrific here this afternoon. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has.
I think we're going to go a different direction.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we?
For now, though, let's see how play action
Now, that's that
works.
good arrogance, believing you can run the
Play fake.
whenever you get
On the run, Bates, our backup tight end. Go away, PlayStation.
5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
nice play call.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Howell from the gun. He'll dump that off to Gibson.
Antonio Gibson ends up
This one
losing
goes
it.
nowhere. Losing yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Oh, come on.
Accepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Where did Surtain come from?
Surtain. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about
I did not see him. I should have gone to Brown here.
They come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And another pass complete.
By Patrick.
Broncos marching right down the field.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down.
And Jerry Judy's wide open. What we got for a penalty here? It's coming back, holding.
Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Play action. Now Wilson. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into success.
19. A give to Williams, running right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's
Really close to the first down there.
46 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to
pick up. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And it's caught.
And a touchdown pass there from Russell Wilson to Cortland Sutton. It's a 1-score game.
Touchdown. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Moore, up and good. Any points this half, what gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to
Antonio Gibson only goes for about a couple.
Throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs.
And they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight,
Brian Robinson. Good job breaking the tackle. Picks up the first down, and now he's at 100 yards on the ground once again.
Much more aggressive in their pursuit. Well, you know me, before you go for the ball, don't just go for it initially.
Robinson with another carry.
Robinson bounces it to the outside, jukes back in.
Running there as he's
down past midfield. Another first down.
They give him sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the
Robinson
taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. This time they'll throw it with Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson.
Pass caught by Dotson. Good for the first down.
Make the tackle at the Broncos 36. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times.
3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Give up
Gibson on the carry, and Gibson
to the first down.
close to a first down.
Broncos
That's going to bring us to the
29.
2-minute warning.
Fourth quarter. Down to
We have not been able to stop the run. Send Logan Thomas in motion here.
Robinson will try to pick
And Robinson's got the first down.
the first.
Broncos will take their first timeout.
The life right out of this crowd. And now we'll see a timeout used on.
Game's not over yet, though.
Stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Another timeout. It's an injury timeout, but it's inside 2 minutes. The team gets charged with a timeout.
When we come back to Denver. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Hand off to Robinson out of the shot.
Robinson sneaks through the middle.
16.
It's at 7.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their...
Oh, this is going to be wide open.
We take a break. They'll run with Gibson. And he will have a Commander's first down, and that should just about do it.
I have to chuckle to myself
Do I rub it in?
because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly.
Yeah, we're rubbing it in.
If you call a pass play here,
It's a video game.
run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
I have no idea how that was a touchdown, but we'll take it. Brian Robinson Jr.,
Junior.
2nd touchdown of the game.
Touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. They go play action now. Wilson.
And Jerry Jeudy able to make that catch over Kendall Fuller. He
Here's
lost
1st
it.
and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Man open left side, it's Williams. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch.
And a user sack by Chase Young.
Will go down.
And that is going to conclude the game. We pick up our first W. Coach Craven Moorhead
So
has his first W of his career. This game went a lot better than the last game. Certainly some stuff that we can improve on, as Sean Payton admires Coach
It's always
Moorhead.
been a big debate about what to do. I lived out there at one point. I lived in Colorado Springs. I remember saying to someone after my 2nd or 3rd day there, like, this altitude.
All right, looking at the
this is no
stats.
big
Sam
deal.
Howell, not his
And
best day. 12 of 21 for 112 yards, a touchdown and a couple picks. Trying to remember that second pick. There was that pick where Pat Surtain came out of nowhere. Again, this might come down to me, but at the end of the day, let's not act like Sam Howell's been spectacular. He's got 2 touchdowns, 4 picks so far on the year. Brian Robinson, once again, he was terrific. 20 carries, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. That last one just to kind of rub it in.
back home.
Antonio Gibson had 6 for 45 as well. Receiving, without Terry McLaurin.
And they'll look to regroup next.
Curtis Samuel, 3 grabs for 42 yards and a touchdown. Could have had a second one, but he dropped it. Antonio Gibson had a couple catches for 4 yards. Dotson, 2 for 27. We spread the ball around. I mean, how many guys had at least 1 catch? 7? Not bad. Blocking was a lot better. I can't remember how many sacks we ended up taking. I think we probably took 2, but it was almost directly as a result of Sam Howell holding on to the ball for too long. Tackles, Cameron Curl had 8, Jonathan Allen had 6, Derek Forrest had 6, so did Montez Sweat and Cody Barton. TFLs, Jonathan Allen, 4 tackles for a loss. That's insane. Chase Young had a couple. Martin, Payne, Sweat, Barton, and Davis each had 1. Sacks, 1.5 for Chase Young, 1 for whatever the fuck his name, Jartavius Martin, 1 for Deron Payne, 1 for Jonathan Allen, 1 for Montez Sweat. No interceptions. Now going to the Broncos side, Russell Wilson, 19 of 25 for 224, 1 touchdown, no picks. think he didn't play as well as his numbers might indicate. He also had 4 rushes for 32 yards on the ground. Javonte Williams, 14 carries for 46 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 5 for 64. Greg Dult, whatever the fuck his last name is, 5 for 36. Cortland Sutton, 3 for 74 and a touchdown. Defensively, yeah, only 1 sack. All game, Zach Allen had it, and Pat Surtain and Kareem Jackson picked us off.
Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro, you ain't got it like this. In my part C straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless.
Alright, we got 4 guys to upgrade here. Cole Turner, 3rd string tight end, yeah, sure. We'll just bump him up as a vertical threat. Ricky Stromberg. He's got hidden development. Agile sounds pretty good. We have been running the ball a lot, so that could be potentially huge. We'll have to see if he's injured. He broke his finger. Jartavius Martin. Yeah, I'll just go hybrid. I'm not trying to be boring and pick the top option every time, but in Emmanuel Forbes. Yeah, man-to-man. Alright, so in terms of that last game, Sam Howell still struggled a little bit. Brian Robinson has been excellent for us. We won that game without Terry McLaurin, though, and the defense has been stout as well, especially our defensive line. We do have a pretty tough game coming up against the Buffalo Bills, though. But that's going to do it for today's episode. If you haven't already, go back and watch some of my previous Madden videos, or I should say my one previous Madden video. If you like baseball, feel free to watch my Washington Nationals live streams. And if you're a Nintendo fan, go check out some of my Nintendo games. I'm currently playing Super Mario Odyssey, and it's phenomenal. But that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.